School is somewhere where we should be able to go and feel safe, somewhere where we should be able to learn and to grow freely with the aid of our teachers and peers. Unfortunately, this is not always the case. Many public school systems have turned into babysitting grounds instead of educational institutions. Many are lacking in providing even some of the basic needs for our children, including safety, examples of good moral conduct, and basic educational truths. In the public school system, by the time I was in 3rd grade, I knew a slew of vulgar language, some I had learned from my teachers. By 6th grade, I knew more about the inappropriate aspects of sex than I should have known thanks to the kid on the bus next to me in the middle school locker room, than I should have known for a long time. By the end of 9th grade, I was the weird kid who stayed at home and hung out with my family instead of going to my English study sessions where, although teachers supervised, alcohol was the main beverage of choice. By the time I was a sophomore in high school, my year ended as it began, with friends who were pregnant or in jail from ditching school and other reasons. My junior year of high school, a new boy at school was brutally abused. He almost never made it home because he chose to help a girl with her books to the bus, and her boyfriend did not like that. My senior year homecoming was accompanied by a gunfight, a teacher affair, and multiple police escorts to my car after sports practices in order to keep me safe from nearby gang fights. While people scoff and roll their eyes at stories like mine, these things are a reality, and chances are, whether you believe them or not, your children are living at least some of these stories, whether it be language, pregnancy, alcohol, or violence. I went to good schools. I went to rough schools. Both had consequences. Elder Faust, a member of the First Presidency of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, warns, when parents try to teach their children to avoid danger, it is no answer for parents to say to their children, "We are experienced and wise in the ways of the world, and we can get closer to the edge of the cliff than you." Parental hypocrisy can make children cynical and unbelieving of what they are taught in the home. For instance, when parents attend movies that they forbid their children from seeing, parental credibility is diminished. If children are expected to be honest, then parents must be honest. If children are expected to be virtuous, parents must be virtuous. If you expect your child to be honorable, you must be honorable. If our children do not see us throughout the course of the day, then who is the example that they are following? It needs to be someone who they can look up to in all aspects. If we are not being that example within the walls of our own home, then how can we ask our children to be what we think and believe they can be? If they do not see us daily making learning a priority, how can we ask them to do so themselves? What are our options for us and our children? Because of my parents' active role in my education and my teaching, by the age of 12, I knew the importance of education in my life, homemaking skills, and social skills. I was a part of presidencies within the church throughout my teen years and captains of my school and sports club teams. Because of the hard work and dedication which I learned through examples and daily teaching from my family members. I went to church on Sunday because I understood the importance of having God in my life, and completed schoolwork because I didn't want to live like the other kids did now or ever. In college, I was on numerous leadership committees and participated in state movements because I understood the importance of having a voice and being involved. There is a stark contrast to what I learned and experienced at home in the few short hours I was there each day versus in the public school system for over 8 hours a day. One of the most undermined but successful alternatives to the public school system is a homeschool program. Many parents choose to homeschool for different reasons, whether it be religious views, disabilities, below grade level school performance, bullying, poor school reviews, or high teacher-student ratios. Whatever the reasons, there are numerous resources that help you begin, build a curriculum, gain support, find workshops, and so much more. Homeschooling does not provide a shelter from the world, but a loving and guided scope in which to learn of the world. In homeschool, children and their parents learn from one another. Parents have the opportunity to help their children explore and find avenues of learning that public school system will never have the ability to offer, such as workshops, interaction with state legislation workers and other law officials, access to museums, art exhibits, and much more. Homeschool is a common misdemeanor because while homeschool education is a home-based curriculum, a great deal of the education is outsourced to other resources. You are not stuck at home. You are not confined to a classroom. Children are learning from various individuals or at various venues and interact with others daily. While a common concern of homeschool programs is the impact of socialization on your children, an argument that was strong even 10 years ago, Homeschool children are interactive in public society. Today's homeschool is an extensive social network where children of different families and communities are combining to engage in numerous activities and workshop courses that allow for the development of social skills equal to that of public school and beyond. Homeschool students have the option to participate in various public school courses and activities, including electives, clubs, and athletics if desired. There are no longer aspects of public school student life that homeschool students do not also have the opportunity to be a part of if desired. Homeschool children are given the freedom to excel in their personal areas of interest while fulfilling and succeeding the standards set by the government. It reaches beyond the bounds of the educational learning and spans to all scopes of life. When children and the parents work alongside one another to achieve the greatest success, potentials are tapped and abilities explode. According to the Facts for Life and Child Development and Early Learning Center, a close relationship between the child and caregiver is the best way to nourish a child's growing brain. When a caregiver plays with and sings, speaks, reads, and tells stories to the child and nourishes her or him with healthy food, love, and affection, the child's brain grows. Being healthy, interactive with caregivers, and living in a safe environment makes a big difference in a child's growth, development, and future potential. Close parental relationships are crucial for the child's development throughout their whole lives. The love and devotion we give them is what aids them into the young man or the young woman who is either an asset or a burden to society. We must lead them by setting the example in all areas, socially, physically, emotionally, and morally. Elder James E. Faust said, "Truths must be taught in the home. They cannot be taught in the public schools, nor will they be fostered by the government or society. The most effective teachings take place in the home. Parenting effectively can no longer not be an option for anyone. The problem children and their parents face outside of the school every day are growing," the director of Parents United for Responsible Education said. Educating parents about how school systems work and welcoming them to get involved may also help their children. With public school systems lacking, homeschool provides a solution. Productive homeschool can become a reality to any with a desire for giving their child a chance. It gives them a chance to be a stronger generation, a generation that will be better than ours, a generation that is more prepared, and a generation that will change the world.